So here are 5 things African parents think are normal, but are actually very toxic. Number one, beating children. Okay, no, let me leave this one for number 5 and then start with what will people say? This is the line of many African parents. If you're an African child growing up, you definitely heard this a million times. What will people say? You see, they say this a lot because that was their reality growing up, and also that was their reality, and that's the reality they're passing to you. What will people say is the motivation for many things African parents do, for getting cars that they can't afford and then end up paying it throughout their entire lives, or staying at jobs that they don't like and they hate, which ends up making them angry all their lives, for staying in marriages that definitely is causing them a lot of harm, but they don't want to leave because of what people will say, even when the man probably is malhandling the woman, or the woman is cheating on the man and it's just there, what will people say? For being preachers or pastors that are so angry and bitter just because they can't leave the preaching or the religious world because of what people will say. If there's anything that I'm privileged to have, I grew up not really caring too much when it comes to my life decisions at what people will say. It's one gift that I thank God for that I have. Anyway, but African parents tend to say these things and normalize it. Let's dissect it a little bit. What will people say? Which people are we talking about? Likely strangers. In fact, not likely, strangers. Because the family is not more than nuclear and extended. And most of the time, they don't really care that much about what nuclear family members say. Extended a little bit. But the main people they care about what they will say are strangers. I mean kingsmen. I mean the kindred people. The village. I mean the village people. I mean people in the community. People that are not directly close or related to them. That's the people they care so much about what they will say. Why do you care so much about what strangers will say? And the problem is that, okay, let's expand this now. We're in a global era. Social media has now made more strangers to be into our lives. Now they see what you wear, what you eat, what. Now you have over 7 billion people, 8 billion people plus, that you are not. Imagine caring about what 8 billion people will say about you. How are you going to live? But that's exactly the same mentality when stretched out on a global scale. And so African parents always talking about what people will say is a very toxic thing. And then number 2 is emotional blackmail. You see, to African parents, it's just another way to motivate a child to train, to act the way they want. But the truth is that emotional blackmail does more harm than good in the child's life. You want to get the child to do something, you tell the child if you don't do it, God will be angry with you, you'll go to hell. Why are you blackmailing